Welcome back to our travel channel, and today we're at Ladew Gardens for their annual fall event, Garden Glow, where you get to see hundreds of different jack-o'-lanterns. Before we start exploring, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now follow me as we go explore the gardens. While we explore Ladew Gardens, just a couple things to note. It has 22 acres and it's located in the Mid-Atlantic region, just 20 miles north of Baltimore, so super convenient. It's ranked as one of the top 5 gardens in the US and one of the top 10 topiary gardens in the world. They have a butterfly house, a nature walk, and a manor house, so there's so much to see. Garden Glow is one of their premier events, as they are open from the spring to the fall. And from what we have seen, it's definitely one of the most popular events here. So you want to mark your calendars and keep up to date with the website when tickets go on sale, because they go very, very fast. We'll definitely put the links below. That way you can take a look at Ladew Gardens if you're interested. But we're going to keep exploring the garden here. Garden Glow promises pumpkins, and they definitely deliver. They have hundreds of pumpkins, and I even spot one that may be the best one out of the whole batch, which is, as I like to call it, the Great Pumpkin King. The one that I carved has a nice little arm that may scare you a little bit.
So you wouldn't say the best is maybe this realistic face with some stars?
It's very impressive, but I personally had the blood, sweat, and tears put into that pumpkin right there, that we just have a different bond. I think this is probably one of the most enjoyable parts of the experiences, finding your own pumpkin and
seeing it out in the wild.
Seeing it out in the wild and comparing it to the other pumpkins. I really like the scarecrow and the bats and all the paint that are on that one pumpkin. It just makes it feel like a story's come to life, as a scarecrow looks like chasing a rat, and all the bats and birds are swarming around it. And of course, Halloween wouldn't be complete without Edgar Allan Poe, especially in Baltimore, Maryland. If you walk along the path, you'll see feature artists that carve different pumpkins. In fact, you got to check out this one that we're coming up. It almost looks like a were-rat or a werewolf or some kind of animal.
How does that rate with the Pumpkin King?
I feel like he should be on top of it going, "Mwah!" Feel like that would add something. These pumpkins are really impressive. But I think, oh yes, I think I see Andrea's pumpkin right over there, a cottage. It may have lost a pine cone, but the roof looks perfectly intact. It's really going to brighten up once the sun goes down. You see the candle lit and everything else.
Maybe outshined by the pumpkin behind it that's just a hole.
Just think of it as like a backlight for the house there. The spotlight, yeah. Harvey Ladew was not only interested in topiaries, but he also was a huge fox hunting fanatic. So to honor that, they have topiaries of dogs chasing a fox, which we can see right there, right into the bushes. The event is such a family fun event. You can bring your kids, and also if you're over 21, you can get a light beverage like a beer or wine. Of course, food trucks right behind us, which we'll have to grab a bite to eat a little bit later. But I think the big thing is just exploring the grounds. We have more to see, so you want to stay tuned, as we're right by the Manor House, so stay tuned as we walk around there. The Manor House was built in the 18th century over a span of 3 decades, and it's a testament to Harvey Ladew, the founder of Ladew Gardens, as it has English antiques and art that's dedicated to the equestrian lifestyle. So it's definitely a must-do and must-see while you're at the gardens. However, during Garden Glow, it's closed, but we've been told that it's worth coming back and seeing. I am overwhelmed, and this is super impressive. And I think we just spotted pirate pumpkins, which is so fitting. So, arr!
No,
Pirate John fits right in. Ben has street performers here, and we spotted one that we have to check out, so follow me this way.
John, you're next?
I don't think so. I may need to take a few classes before I could get to that level. What about you, Andrea?
I think I'd break a hip. Yes.
It's impressive. This is beautiful.
It's like a small version of Longwood.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm in Alice in Wonderland. Do you get that vibe?
I think that some of the art helps.
Yeah. Of course, when you find one of your favorite distilleries here, like McClintock, you got to go big or go home. We got bourbon dog with whiskey, and I got a crush with some vodka. So, cheers. I'm intrigued by Ryan the Bugman. Maybe there's bugs, maybe there's things that look like bugs. But stay tuned. It's literally bugs. 100% bugs. And it looks like that one's alive, so it looks like there's dead ones and live ones.
Which one's alive?
The one in the girl's hands there. See the little antennas?
Oh, it's like a
Yeah, do you...
or something. No, I don't feel like we need to.
Are you sure? I feel like that's a good YouTube moment. Should I bring Ryan down here?
No, you're holding our drinks. Priorities.
Oh, that's true. For the brave souls that are into bugs, you could hold a tarantula, scorpion, or whatever Ryan the Bug Guy has. But we are not brave enough to do that. And also, I feel like some of our viewers may not appreciate. So we're going to continue on exploring. This is really cool. This is like his private library / barn. I can feel myself just becoming smarter in the reading room. I mean, it has a cool vibe. It's like a barn, library type of vibe. But yeah, it just makes me feel like a 19th century gentleman.
I figured something out.
Supposedly, Andrea has cracked the code with pumpkins. And what is that, Andrea?
So they put the really cool ones isolated. So like on this walk here, there's like individual pumpkins that are super cool, or there's like some up there. So the idea is goal, John.
We want our pumpkin to be like singled out in the cool section, which I don't know. I feel like mine's pretty cool. Like it's in the main section.
So Garden Glow 2024, John and Andrea's pumpkin, front and center. You better start practicing.
I'll need to brush up on my skills for that. That's quite a bit. Onto puppets, maybe? I don't know. Let's keep going.
If you haven't seen a Crankie before, basically it's a scroll of artwork inside a box, and you crank it. It's not a Crankie because we're in a bad mood. The first one we're going to do is called Talk to Your Bees. Bees, like little honeybees. because people used to believe that if you talked to your bees, they would stay and they would make lots of honey and they would be happy. And they were really important to a family because they provided you with honey, sweet things, and wax, all kinds of good stuff. Bees, bees, talk to your bees. Hide from your neighbors as much as you please. For all that has happened to us, you must tell, or else we will give you no honey to sell.
The puppet show wasn't exactly what we expected. They used like a crankshaft. She called it a cranky. So puppet show wasn't exactly like my childhood, maybe even before my childhood. Still pretty good, but we're going to continue on and see what else Garden Glow has to offer.
Food.
Food, yes. Let's get food. Before we grab a bite to eat, of course, art is open to interpretation, and this pumpkin definitely leaves a lot to ponder. I personally think it's a coronavirus interpretation, but I want to hear your thoughts. Put them in the comments below.
What else could it be?
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like someone else could have a thought that I'm not thinking of right now. When we saw the taco truck, we had to get tacos at Dave's Smokin' Tacos, but there are a lot of different food options. But we're gonna walk, find a place to dig in, so let's go this way. We found a table where we can dig into the tacos and enjoy some live music. So let's dig in. Andrew got the burrito and I got the spicy brisket tacos from Dave's Tacos, and they definitely delivered. And one JLU travel tip is if you're planning on eating here, like a full dinner, definitely err on the caution and try to get your food early. There was one truck that ran out of everything by 7. So definitely if you're planning on eating, probably before 7 o'clock is a good idea. The cafe is a great place to grab a meal as well as a delicious snack, and I couldn't help myself. Got a nice delicious pumpkin cookie with white chocolate. So we'll definitely dig in, but it's also a great place to warm up. So of course we had to come in here for Andrea to get a little toasty before we explore more. So
and to enjoy the pumpkin cookie with you.
Yes, we're going to be sharing the pumpkin cookie. It's a joint custody arrangement. Yeah,
Is it your preference to share that cookie, or would it have been your preference?
Listen, I was this peanut basically to have joint custody. But anyway, we'll share the cookie, we'll give our review, and then explore more. And it should be fabulous now that it's getting darker to see all the jack-o'-lanterns. If heaven existed, they would serve this at every meal.
That is extreme. What's the coolest part about the cafe?
Well,
Not the
outside
cookies.
outside of the cookie, we're like basically in a horse stable, so that's really cool to embrace that vibe and environment.
I don't think horses eat pumpkin cookies.
Well, can't have everything, I guess. Or the horses can't have everything. What is great about Garden Glow is there's moments that you can learn, not just be entertained, such as the bug guy and Tommy, who's a gourd specialist, that you can learn a lot about different gourds and just fun information about pumpkins. We just witnessed the flight of a beautiful butterfly in light format, but still really cool. It's really cool. You have hand-woven fabric that's, I personally don't have the skills. Yeah, it's a tapestry and it's like neon, so it glows, but it's really cool to just take in the prism. And I like the different shapes. Like you have a triangle and like a cube and I think something else over there as well. Of course, when we saw ice cream, we had to grab a delicious treat. Flavors caramel pretzel from Pringles, which is a local creamery, and it's definitely a must-do if you're in the area. But we're gonna dig in and then head back to the pumpkin walk as the evening winds down. You can't beat this. Autumn, fall is synonymous with jack-o'-lanterns, and just look at the whole collection that they have. There's no way you could top this right now. You must be wondering, how did the Great Ladew Travels get contacted? How did Ladew reach out to the Great Ladew Travels to carve a pumpkin? Well, I have news for you. Anyone can do it. You can pick up your own pumpkin, or they have carving workshops that you can carve your pumpkin and they'll put it on display. Andrea and I picked up our pumpkin and then carved it and then dropped it off. But it's a fun activity and super interactive. It's almost like Where's Waldo for your own pumpkin when you come here. As we unwind from the evening, it has been a spectacular event. Garden Glow definitely lived up to expectations. Obviously, the pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns are probably the highlight of the festival, but I think the performances and the food and the music, of course, are definitely fun to do. So there's something for everyone here. Before we close our evening, though, don't forget to like and subscribe, as that helps us build content that you enjoy. But until next time, keep on exploring. This is my pumpkin, the Great Pumpkin King, and unfortunately, this is where we have to depart. So I'm going to say goodbye in the language of the Great Pumpkin King. Roar. Goodbye, Great Pumpkin King.